Hello, and great to see you and to know that you want to practice mindfulness today with me on day 16 of this mindfulness challenge. My name is Anna, and today we're going to practice for 16 minutes. So whenever you're ready, let's jump to it. Okay, so let's just take some time to settle and remember that if it's available for you, maybe there's something you can do to feel 5 or 10% more comfortable right now. Maybe moving your head a little bit or stretching your neck, rolling your shoulders, whatever it is, just grant it to yourself. So we're just taking this few minutes as an opportunity to transition intentionally into the practice. And you don't need to keep an eye on the screen. As long as you can hear me, everything will be fine. So the invitation would be for you to soften your gaze, or in my case, I'm gonna even go ahead and close the eyes completely. And just taking these few seconds to notice, how is my body today? How is my body feeling right now? And similarly to this moment when we check the weather forecast, because we want to know the state of the weather, if it's going to rain or if it's sunny, we're doing just exactly that with our bodies. There is not right or wrong answer. The weather is just the weather, and whatever your body might be feeling, it's absolutely welcome. But because we usually spend our days without checking in, just embrace whatever the body is bringing today. And one of the reasons why I insist on checking in with the body is because the body, our physical state, is always rooted in the present moment. So in a way, it is a gateway for us to connect and ground ourselves in the now. So again, just checking in, what's the state of my body right now? And once you feel complete with this check-in, then put it aside. You can put it inside a pocket or in a drawer, so to speak. And we're gonna continue with the practice, and today we're gonna have a very traditional, even conventional way of practicing mindfulness, because we're gonna bring our attention to the breath. And I just want to throw a kind disclaimer already from the beginning. If focusing on the breath is something emotionally charged or difficult for you for whatever reason, then just don't push it. See if you can exchange that heaviness or that potential difficulty with some curiosity and just kindness, just a friendly attitude, and see what comes up. So regardless of your relationship with your breath, bring your attention to the nostrils, to the holes where we inhale in our nose. Bring your whole awareness to the nostrils. And the first thing I would like you to explore is, do you feel that the same amount of air goes through the left nostrils and the right, or are there any differences? Just breathing naturally, there is no need to force or to change the pattern of your breath right now. That's not the purpose. We're just observing, not manipulating in any way. But usually there is one dominant nostril, a nostril where we can feel more air coming in, and this switches, it changes during the day. That's how our body works. So I'm just curious, which one do you feel the most dominant right now? In my case, it is the right nostril. And then we're going to stay in this area for a little bit longer. And just again bring your whole attention to the nostrils and just see how many sensations can you perceive, can you gather when you bring your awareness to this area. And I forgot to say, if for whatever reason your nose is blocked, then you can do the same practice, focusing on the mouth. That's okay. But if you're with me, breathing through your nose and connecting with the sensations of the nostrils, I'm curious, did you notice that there is a difference in the temperature of the air when you inhale as opposed to when you exhale? Have a look, check in with yourself right now. And usually what happens is, when we bring the air from outside and it passes through our nostrils, it's slightly cooler because it goes in, and then we're warming up, and when we release the air, it leaves the body feeling warmer. So I'm curious, can you notice this difference right now? Just observing with curiosity. Maybe you don't feel anything at all. That's okay. We all have one of those days. It doesn't matter. It's just a practice of strengthening our mindfulness muscle. We're not necessarily trying to get anywhere. We're just picking specific aspects of the present moment and intentionally bringing our attention to them. So from the temperature of the nostrils, let's move a little bit inside the nose, and now I'm curious, do you feel the sensations of the air caressing the roof of the nose inside? This is where I feel it the most, but maybe for you it's not on the roof, it's on the sides or the bottom, the floor of the nose, so to speak. Just stay there, observing these sensations and noticing if these sensations remain the same when you inhale and when you exhale, or if there are any differences between your in-breath and your out-breath. Beautiful. And if we go even a little bit deeper within our bodies, in the nose, there is what I call like a cliff, just like the end point of the path of the nose inside. And the cliff is that point where it just switches to our throat, our trachea. And I'm curious if you can also feel that every time you take some breath and you let go of the air. That cliff, that end point where it switches between the nose and the trachea. And if none of this makes sense, if you're thinking I'm, talking rubbish or whatever, don't worry, stay with me. Maybe you will feel something or you'll discover something new on the next invitation. Okay, let's bring our attention now to the throat. Just right behind the Adam's apple, that area. Is that perhaps where you feel your breath the most? Maybe not. I'm just curious. And then let's just go even a little bit deeper and bring your attention to your lungs. And this might sound way too abstract, so just find whatever version of looking or checking with your lungs means to you. That's okay. It doesn't have to be literally feeling the lungs, but if you check in with your breath in relation to your lungs, what sensations arise? What do you notice? And for some, maybe the answer might not be found, but for others, maybe you feel your lungs expanding because you notice that your rib cage opens sideways from left to right when you inhale. And it sort of deflates, it shrinks when you exhale. And just go and check in, bring your awareness to this area. Notice if this is also the case for you. If you feel your rib cage taking space with the inhale and then releasing with the out breath. And another area might be your sternum, your solar plexus. Sometimes we can also feel our breath there. Is that the case for you? And whenever you feel ready, inhale deeply with me. Fill your lungs one last time. Exhale, let go of the air. Let go of the practice. This has been everything for today, day 16. Good job. Great that you showed up. And I hope that I will see you tomorrow. Hey, would you like to access and download these meditations for free? If so, all you gotta do is let me know by registering following the link I will leave down below.